Welcome back to another episode. This is gonna be a weird fucking episode.
We are in the same room.
We're in the same room.
With Mike as well.
Yo. It's time.
We got
the
Mikey
Fantasy
Fitz.
Dads podcast. We're here. We're gonna preview some Week 11 matchups here in the good old NFL.
Oh yeah.
Tell you about some fantasy football dads and some fantasy football boys. The dads are good. The boys are not good.
That's your metric? Yep.
And yeah, you want to jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Actually, wait, do you want to talk about Thursday night first?
Yeah, let's talk about Thursday night first. Awesome. Seahawks versus Cardinals.
Yep.
Seahawks take it. I would say Russ did not cook in this game.
Russ did not cook. DK dropped a touchdown. That was really nice.
As a DK owner, he dropped a couple passes that game. Very frustrating.
Very nice as someone playing against a DK owner.
Is DK overrated?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. He's not consistent enough for my liking. But when he does go off, he has he's a solid.
He's a solid dad.
Solid dad. Yeah.
Tyler Lockett went for 21.6. I feel like it was a little bit more of a Lockett game this week.
It was a Lockett game this week.
Not by much, but
I think we're just a week off in our predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Last week I said that it would be a Lockett week, and then it was just no one's week. Last week I also said it was Chark week, but
yeah, was not Chark week.
Was not Chark week. I think it's just going to be pushed over to this week.
Yeah, so. I hope not, because I'm playing Brian this week. And if I lose twice to Brian, it's game over for me, emotionally.
Yeah, but solid night from Kenyon Drake as well.
Snagged that touchdown.
Snagged that touchdown.
Second quarter.
A lot in the passing game. He had four receptions for 31 yards, which is always nice to see in PPR leagues. I was very happy with that. Was expecting him to get me maybe 10 points, but a solid 16 is nothing.
Yeah, that's very pleasant. I feel like you may need to look this up. Is that his second highest total of the season, behind the 28-point game?
Yes, I'm 89% sure.
I like that.
Double checking right now. Still talking while I'm looking it up, but
both Arizona backs had big weeks, so Chase Edmonds had 14.9.
Oh.
Yeah, he snagged that receiving touchdown in
yes.
Was it in the fourth?
It was his highest scoring week.
It was since
that 28-point week. So
yeah.
He's had a 28-point week, a 16-point week, a 14-point week, a 13-point
The
week.
performance wasn't quite... Sorry.
A couple 11s and 12s in there. But,
gotcha.
You know, honestly, he besides 2 weeks where he scored 3 and 5,
mm-hmm.
Drake has been reliable-ish. I think we just freaked out. We just freaked out too early.
Yeah, I benched him that week before on his 28-point week because he had not proven to me what I needed to see. But I think I still won that week, so I'm definitely starting him from here on out.
Yeah.
Started him this week. Feel very good about the 16 points. All right.
Hopkins.
Oh, shit.
Very, very dry week. Not a hot performance from him. Very, I don't know. I don't know if I'm trying to remember if he was targeted a lot, but he had 5 receptions for 51 yards, good for 10 points, which is not great. Not great to see.
I'm pretty sure he only had 1 catch in the first half, so
yeah,
started off slow.
Kyler wasn't as spectacular as he was against the Bills, but
he was 20 points is a solid.
Oh yeah,
solid enough. But
it's
could have been much.
It's a floor for sure.
It's a floor. It's a floor week from Kyler.
Kirk 4 receptions, 50 yards. I'll take it. 9 points. Not super pleased, but it's better than nothing. So it's respectable. It's not quite double digits, but
Are you gonna start him now? Rolling with him?
I'm rolling with him.
Okay.
Got Scary Terry in the flex now, which I think is pretty scary. Thanks, Mike.
Moving on, let's talk about this Steelers Jags matchup.
Oh.
Who you got in this game, Mike? Who you got?
Easy Steelers dub.
Yeah, no. I think
Trap game.
I'm gonna advise owners to bench Robinson this week.
Fuck you.
10 points max is my call.
What if you need Robinson?
It depends what you need.
Listeners,
but like,
I'm starting Robinson this week. Feel no worry.
I'm just letting you know you're in for.
He hasn't given me
A
a
storm.
reason to bench him. So why would I bench him? Please elaborate, Jake.
I just think the Steelers' defense is good enough to contain him, and I think that Jake Luton is not going to be moving that offense into any sort of touchdown range against that defense. So I don't see him getting over 100 yards, and I don't see him getting a score. That's it. That's all I'm at.
I mean,
PJ mentions it's a trap game.
it might be a trap game, and the
Interesting.
Steelers. Look,
If you say it's going to be a Chark week, right?
it might be a Shark week. My predictions are a week off so far. I predicted a Taysom week when it wasn't a Taysom week.
It's a
Taysom
week.
It's definitely-
Okay. But yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be a Shark week. I'm just gonna say every week's a Shark week. So when he does it, every week,
Yeah.
it's a Shark week tonight.
Is it a Connor week though? That's a pretty concerning question.
It's a let me see if I can trust Connor.
A paternity test.
It is a paternity. It is. He has been very, very disappointing as of late.
Is he a dad? Is he the dad?
Is he starting or on your bench this week?
He's starting on my.
He's gonna be
He's
flexing.
starting on your bench.
He's starting in my flex.
Yeah, I got him in my flex too in a league. So, I'm the matchup's too good to not do it. You know what I mean? But I don't feel necessarily super good.
Yeah, if he doesn't put up at least
20.
at least 15. I was gonna say 15.
I need 20. If
You need 20?
the way he's cucked me with 6 and 5 the past 2 weeks.
Baby steps.
Oh yeah, I traded him to you.
You did, and he
For,
was doing
Travis
pretty
Kelce.
solid.
He was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Hayden Hurst.
Mike, we've decided that Deontay Johnson is the go-to guy of the 3 Steelers wide receivers because he doesn't make TikToks.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you
and
agree?
I stand by that decision.
No. As a owner of Juju,
Okay.
I still like
Oh.
to believe he is the top man in that receivers room.
All right.
Most experienced.
He's the most overrated wide receiver.
I do tend to agree with that. If I had the choice of the 3, I think I would actually be a Claypool guy personally.
Wow.
I'm a big
I
Claypool
was
guy.
checking out his stats earlier.
Awesome.
And Claypool's the guy in the Steelers wide receiver room. If I had the choice.
See,
What do you like about him?
if you take
Better
out-
dance moves?
No, I like his featuring in the run game. He gets those end arounds a lot, scores touchdowns on those.
shovel passes,
Yeah.
passes, you get the bonus reception point. It's huge.
Yeah. A lot of big points. And I think his stats are like 20 points a game, usually. And then he has like 1 or 2 bad games and people start to doubt him.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, he's aside from like his huge ass week that he had, like 32. I haven't looked up his stats.
42.
Yeah,
It was a monster.
But then he puts up like 20 most other weeks.
Yeah,
but between that,
all those Steelers receivers are throwing up 20. Like, come on. You know?
My boy Juju.
He got 21 last week.
Well, he'll have like games of 3,
On my bench.
games of
Yeah.
0. So he's like Mike Evans light.
Yeah. It's just because I think Claypool's had the 142-point game. It just showed he's the one guy that can, like, explode, I guess. So, I'm with it. High ceiling. All right, that's all I got on this game. You got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a trap game. I think it's gonna be closer than the Steelers think that it will.
You think the
I feel like
Jags are going to win?
I think they're looking past this game. I don't think the Jags are gonna win, but I think it's gonna be like the Cowboys game
All right.
more than the Bengals game
All right.
with the Steelers.
I like it.
All
right.
Lions Panthers.
Yes. McCaff,
Panthers.
not back.
Out.
No McCaff. The-
Galladay out too, I think.
Yes, Galladay not liking Lee to play. Swift also out.
Love that. Random ass concussion for no reason. On a Wednesday. What the
Teddy
fuck?
out also.
Holy shit, what the
out.
fuck's happening in this game?
Potential game time decision. Yeah. So, yeah, everyone's out.
So no,
Mike Davis, maybe.
Mike Davis definitely play.
Robbie Anderson will play. Actually,
I'm souring on Mike Davis.
Nah, because it's DJ Moore. DJ Moore's turn
DJ
in the
Moore's
cycle.
turn. Yes, no. 'Cause it's been, it was Robbie Anderson at first. Then it was Curtis Samuel for like 2 games. And now it's DJ Moore for 2
Yeah.
games.
You're predicting
DJ Moore's got another one.
It's DJ Moore.
He's got another one in him, and then he'll go quiet.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're liking DJ Moore this week.
I
It's
don't-
more season.
I don't trust any other Lions running back because we saw what they did when DeAndre Swift barely
Yeah,
played.
maybe like if you have Robinson or something, you can grab Peterson to replace for him.
Yeah, maybe. Is that what you're doing there, Jake?
Yeah.
I think
I don't own Robinson anyway. I wasn't woke enough. Get Marvin Jones in your
I'm
lineups.
starting him in the league.
Get him in your lineups. He's gonna be wet and wild. That's what he's gonna do. TJ Hawkinson also a nice little tight end play if you got him on your squad. I like it. I like it for this game. I like the Lions to win this game. I think now that I know everyone's fucking out.
Yeah. What do you think the ceilings of the Panthers wide receivers are with good old PJ Walker throwing the ball?
PJ Walker throwing the ball. I think one of them can
XFL
still
legend.
grab a 19-point game, and I think it'll be DJ. But I think the other guys are really going to suffer at about a 5 and a 7-point game. That's
That'd be
my take.
Not much going on. I feel like they're gonna hand the ball off to Curtis Samuel a lot. I think he might get like
That is
10 to
actually an
12.
interesting take. Yeah,
shovel passes, man.
yeah. He'll be getting. There's
Wait.
the volume right there from those sort of plays.
We'll have to see if Ed's starting him or not.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause
huge.
That's
He knows.
huge because whenever Ed starts him, he does amazing. And whenever Ed doesn't start him, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
He's the Curtis whisperer.
Oh shit, PJ.
What?
He's got him at wide receiver too.
Okay.
Not even flex, dude.
Big Curtis week.
Yeah, this is a
Predicting
good all times.
We're on
and
your
turns.
wavelength, then. We know what's going on.
It's Curtis's week, boys. Get him in your lineups. Wow, that's
I mean, that makes sense.
yeah,
Shovel passes.
yeah. He's Ed knows. Ed fucking was
No
like, oh
McCaffrey,
shit.
He's gonna be running back a couple times. Huge.
Damn, love
Yeah.
that. Love that about him. All right,
Patriots, Texans.
yeah. Pats are back.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mm.
I like Cam in this game as a play.
I like Cam too. I dropped Tannehill for Cam in our league.
Are you starting him?
I'm starting because Josh Allen's hurt.
Oh.
Not hurt, on bye.
Bye. Yeah.
So Cam is my. I just like those rushing touchdowns that he could potentially
Yep.
get.
And he's gonna get probably 2.
Yeah, big Patriots running back week.
Yeah, I'm
So-
feeling Damien.
Damien or maybe Sexy Rex.
Right.
Sony's not coming back, is he? Rex just gets those fucking lucky ass touchdowns.
He does.
Sony
Yeah.
puts up 120 yards. Or not Sony, Damien. Is Sony, check if Sony's back. If Sony's back, I'm avoiding everything. But like, the Pats are just gonna be
I don't think
running
he's
and
back.
chugging through them. Yeah, I don't think so either. I feel like I would have heard about that.
He is.
Oh, Julian Edelman is out.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
been out.
He's still on the IR. So.
Still on the IR, yeah. So, yeah, I like Harris as a potential play in this game. He put up 16.4 last week, so he can get some stuff done. And
Yeah.
all he needs to do is sneak 1 touchdown away from Cam. Deshaun,
Yeah.
reliable laugh, but like he's I don't think this is gonna be his best game. I think he's still gonna churn you out 20 points because like that's just what he'll do. But I think he's gonna be limited to that sort of amount.
Are you starting him or Herbert?
Going Herbs this week.
Even with a haircut?
Even with the haircut.
We'll get to that.
I gotta. Yeah, we'll get there. I want to pull up that picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else on the Texans that you particularly like or dislike?
Fuller's always
yeah, I
a
think
shot in the pan.
I'm rolling Fuller and
Roll the
Kirks
dice.
this week, and I'm just kind of like I don't know.
Both?
I feel like they're probably both gonna get around 4 or 5 receptions, and they're probably gonna both be above like 20 yards or so, and like God forbid they get a touchdown. I'm rolling with both of them. If I not like if I had them both, I'd play both of them, but like they're good flex play, if not wide receiver too. Pat's defense doesn't scare me too much this year.
Fair.
Yeah. Jacoby Myers, you starting
I was
him?
about to say Jacoby Myers. I'm playing against him.
Oh.
I'm kind of a little scared, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. I feel like he's just like he's just a dinker.
He's a
Like,
dinker and a doinker.
it's him and Rex who are just Cam's dinkers.
Yeah.
He just dumps them off. And it's never for a big game. It's just PPR little dink points.
Would you start Rex?
I would start Rex in the
Really?
flex.
All right. What are you thinking on him
Rex
this
in
week?
the flex. I'm gonna say
Give me floor ceiling unless you have a very confident specific number prediction.
floor. I see like 7 points.
Well, all right.
Ceiling. I see like. I mean, if he gets like 2 random receiving touchdowns, that's his ceiling. Like last week, I feel like was Rex's ceiling.
So that's you feeling back-to-back ceiling performances?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be more like 15 to 20.
All right. All right.
Solid flex performance. And
Definitely PPR just because
Yeah.
of the receptions there. I wanted to jump back to the Lions real quick,
Okay.
just because I wanted to talk about the that TikTok guy that I sent you the video.
Oh yeah,
of.
yeah. Like the
Caden Woodall, I
Caden
believe was
Woodall.
the name.
This is a hype TikTok.
I want to show Mike this. Moving on to Titans versus Ravens.
Titans Ravens. I want the Titans to win pretty badly.
I like the Titans in this game. The Ravens defense again doesn't scare me.
I don't know.
It's just a lot of name recognition over there.
I think that the Ravens are gonna win, but I want the Titans to win.
I just feel like
I call a Titans
with
win
the
on
way
this
that the
one.
Pats ran through him, I feel like Henry's just gonna be feasting,
Yeah.
That's
just
fair.
eating
But
absolute yards.
I don't know. I think this is a game where
And it's also been like 4 games since he's had his 70-yard rushing touchdown.
That's very true. He's due, and it's science. What goes down must come up.
Exactly.
It's a
Exactly.
fact. I think whoever loses this game just kind of starts to spiral and then just dies because
And you really hope that's
Yeah.
the Ravens.
I really hope that's the Ravens. That's because they're both in that 6-3 AFC playoff picture with 20 teams or 6-3,
Yeah.
and whoever loses this, I think the Ravens play the Steelers next, and then the Titans play the Colts or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Browns. Tough matchup there, even though Myles Garrett died.
So the Ravens are just fucked then.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe. I just whoever loses this game is
Mhm.
gonna spiral.
I'm ready for it.
And
Will Jonnu get a 3rd straight touchdown, do you think?
I don't know. I didn't even realize he had
He had
a
2 straight
consecutive-
touchdowns.
Oh, 2.
I'm thinking yes, just because I think it won't happen. I'm sitting here, I'm like, he's only getting 2 receptions in of a game, and they both come back to back, and one of them has just randomly been a touchdown. But I'm like, I know if I think that it's not going to happen, I'll bench him, and then he'll end up putting up a touchdown. So I'm going with yes, and I'm putting him in tight end.
Are you trusting the Ravens defense this week?
I'm leaving them in there because I'm a little bit lazy
name
about the
recognition?
defense. Yeah, but I they'll probably put up 1 point like they did last week. But it's I'll just kind of take that. I'm playing Brian, so I'm just
I'm also, bang. Yeah, I'm also starting them in one of my leagues. I'm also starting the Colts defense in one of my leagues, unless I can pick up the Saints defense.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's not gonna torch? I have another TikTok.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm trusting them. I still think they're a solid defense, even though they haven't been performing. But
Yeah,
it might be like a.
I just feel like
situation.
they were not gonna be able to stop Henry, and they're just gonna end up getting just fucked on with play actions and shit. I think for the Ravens though, I'm watching out for Willie. I'm not starting Willie, but I'm watching out for Willie.
Was very tempted to add Willie this week.
It wouldn't have been a bad
My
stash.
finger was hovering over the ad button for about 5 minutes. I'm like, do I do it? Do I trust Willie?
He could be the dude.
He could be the dude, and someone has to be the dude. Because
Mike's saying no on Willie being the dude.
Hollywood Brown has not been the dude. I think it's got to come somewhere, and Mark Andrews is going to start kind of.
You think he's gonna
It depends whoever wins this game. I start to trust. I will start to trust.
This is a
Billy.
huge game.
I will start to trust Mark Andrews every week if the Ravens win. But if they lose, I'm just giving up on them.
Yeah.
And I might start trusting Jonnu.
Let's find
The
out.
Titans
I'm
win.
hoping for that third straight. And then Lamar is probably, I'm guessing, like 18 points on this
Yeah.
game.
I mean, Titans' defense is not that
Good.
great.
But Lamar's
Yeah.
a bust, so.
I don't know. I think this could, Lamar. We've been toying with fire. It's time saying that Lamar's a bust. I feel like he's just get. See, the more I think about this game, the more
I'm looking at it, baby.
The more I think that the Ravens are just gonna shit on everyone and just become unstoppable again, and I'm very afraid of that.
This past week with 21 points was Lamar's 4th week above 20 points so far in 10 weeks. How do you feel
That
about
sounds like bust.
that?
I don't know. It's Lamar. I'm not totally like if he's under 20 this week, then he's bust for sure. This is a big week. This is a big game.
All right, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Moving on to
Also not trusting Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no.
where-
The Ravens
that's-
defense is scary enough not to trust Tanny.
My head says that the Ravens are gonna win, but my heart says Titans.
I like it.
And I'm
I'm
setting my-
following
yeah.
your heart.
I'm setting my lineup based on my head.
There you go. All right, this is a hot topic game
Yeah.
coming up between our two guests, or no, our one guest and our host. PJ's a guest in my home
PJ
right
gets
now, so I'm
downgraded.
Yep.
Eagles versus Browns. What you guys got on this game?
Easy Eagles win.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. The disrespect is unreal.
You're not afraid of Chunt?
You're not afraid of the chunt?
Is that the
Good old
combination
chunting?
of
The chump
Chubb
hunt?
and Hunt?
The chunt?
No, they are pretty scary, but so is Fletcher Cox. So I think he's gonna lock him down.
Your run defense allowed gapping holes to Wayne Gallman last week.
Yeah, and it's okay.
You think that?
And you think that
You think your Cox can plug up PJ's Chunt?
when they couldn't plug up Wayne Gallman?
Yeah, they couldn't plug up Gallman. You think your Cox gonna plug up a Chunt?
Our defense really up and down, but I think we're gonna stop Chunt this week.
All right.
All right.
You heard it here
On
first.
the other hand, I think this is going to be a huge week for Chunt. I think that
Massive Chunt.
it's
week.
it's a very spotty defense from what I've seen, and the Browns' offensive line is phenomenal. I'm not starting either quarterback.
No, you're not
Yeah.
starting Carson
No,
Wentz.
no.
Or Baker. Though I think that the Browns are gonna be able to score points, and they're gonna do most of it through running the ball.
Jarvis getting a TD.
I feel like he hasn't yet. It's so
I
frustrating.
think it's gonna be a touchdownless season for Jarvis.
I think this is the game. This has to be the game.
he's never getting a touchdown.
He if he doesn't, I'm gonna be pretty upset. But it's fine.
You said Myles Garrett is out though, right?
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
So,
That's the side of the ball that I'm worried
Eagles
about.
shaky
So,
offensive line.
Sanders is gonna
given
dad
a
out.
big gift. Wentz will have time to throw the ball.
Sanders.
Fulgham will have a game.
Fulgham's not
Sanders
gonna
could
have
have
a game.
some.
I actually,
Games.
I kind of agree.
You like Fulgham in this?
I think I actually would start. I would start Fulgham this week. Yeah, Myles Garrett got the Rona this week.
Roaned up.
He got roned up. I think that this game is going to be very high scoring. I think the Browns.
Really?
I think the Browns are going to run the ball a lot and try and keep the ball away.
Is it gonna be windy?
It is. It's not going to be windy. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be 41 and rainy.
Oh shit.
So,
okay.
Good Cleveland football.
Like a light rain? Like a soft
I don't
dew?
know. I don't know. I don't think it's a dew. I think it's at least a drizzle.
Got you.
Potentially more.
Potentially a pour?
Potentially more than a drizzle. I don't know about a pour.
A
Like
dump.
last week?
It's not going to be like hurricane like last week.
Got you.
Wind isn't supposed to be as bad, so I think there would still be.
Is it cold enough for it to snow?
41 degrees?
No?
Probably not. You might get a nice slushy sleet.
I'm
but-
with that. Let's go.
But yeah, I
Get
The
out
Browns'
food
defense is
coloring.
really sus without Myles Garrett because he is half their defense.
I'm calling Sanders as a dad this week. I think he's gonna be the face of your offense, not Fulgham. I feel like Fulgham's gonna get 6.5.
Wow. Yeesh.
And Boston Scott's still gonna get a touchdown also.
Boston
course.
Scott, yes.
He'll spin his way in.
Just mash the spin button. I'm not trusting a tight end in this game either. I don't know. Is Ertz back, Mike?
I don't think so.
He got activated, but he is not playing.
Got you. So are you advising to go
Dare
Dare play?
Go Dare? I
Or
always thought it was-
Richard Rodgers play?
Richard Rodgers somehow always scores like 14 points.
Put him in. That's a lock.
Send it.
If he's always scoring 14, Mike,
He's
why
scored
wouldn't you play
14.
him?
Dallas
pass.
Goddard is back. He plays Dallas Goddard.
I don't know, man. I think Richard
I'm not liking the
Rodgers-
tight ends in this game. I'm not
I like
sniffing
Dallas
them.
Goddard without Ertz
Austin
back.
Hooper's a big old bust.
They just don't throw the ball enough
Mm.
for him to be viable. So, yes, technically he's a bust, but he's not a bad player.
Love it.
I still love Austin Hooper.
I do too. He's a sweetheart.
He's a good egg.
Yeah, great egg. All right. To my favorite game of the week, Falcons versus Saints. Wow,
Taysom.
lot to talk about.
I changed my team name to Taysom's dump truck.
When? Which league?
In my league at home.
Oh my
Because
god.
I had alright, so there was I'm like in the group chat with everyone in
Mhm.
the league. I was starting Mike Gesicki week in, week out. And I was like, on Monday, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I picked up Taysom Hill
On Monday? You're like,
on
just in
Wednesday-
case.
Yeah, on Wednesday, I like after the waivers had processed and I got him, I was like, all right, guys, I am rolling with Taysom as my tight end one
Whoa.
for the rest of the season.
Whoa.
I'm tired of Mike
You like
Gesicki.
boldly just said it,
I just said it. I'm like, I'm doing it. I got nothing to lose.
and now it's
and
looking
now-
like the smartest thing
And
that's ever
now
happened.
I'm like, this morning, everyone was like, yo, fuck you. Like, I'm a genius.
You're
I
like,
don't know.
oopsie.
I'm running a two tight.
I have a quarterback as a tight
a
end.
2 QB lineup in fantasy, and I mean, I'm sure like 90% of fantasy owners rush to try and do it, and whoever
Yep.
was able to get.
Yep. I was able to
Taysom,
snag him in
yeah.
our fantasy dads league.
But
I'm loving
if
life.
you listen to this podcast, you know that this is coming.
Yeah. We've been talking about
telling
this
you to pick up
episode
Taysom
1.
Hill since episode 1.
There was something going on
and I
with
did
this
it before,
season.
and I wanted to put down that I did it before so I could be like, look, I'm a genius.
And here we
And
are.
I am a genius, and here we are, and ESPN's going to take away his tight end eligibility next week, and it's going to suck.
But hey, we got 1 week of
1
glory.
week of glory.
Let's
1
go.
week of Taysom Hill glory.
All right.
All we
So
need.
but the Falcons, as we learned in the past weeks, have a very nice run defense. So, Kamara's kind of fucked. No, I'm joking. Kamara's probably going to be, his classic 35-point sort of performance. Expect this to be a very high-scoring game, but I feel like the Falcons are going to take it 48-46.
You're hating on Taysom like that, man? Wow.
Hey, I'm still giving him a lot of
Taysom
points.
Hill.
Taysom's going to have a 5-touchdown game. 2 rushing, 3 passing.
I'm going to flip that. I'm going to say 3 rushing,
3 rushing,
1 passing,
1 passing,
1 reception.
1
Whoa.
reception. I'm ready for it. Kamara's going to throw it to him.
It's going to be like a flea flicker. or
Mike
something.
doesn't believe it, but I'm going to live record this when we're watching on Sunday just to hear his reaction after it happens.
I think Taysom Hill starting hurts Kamara, hurts most of the rest of the Saints.
Michael Thomas, I don't know. I'm not starting him this week. You traded him to me, but I'm leaving him on the bench for another.
It's his time. It's his time.
I'm starting him in another league though, just in case, because it's just a phenomenal matchup. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen Taysom really throw the ball.
I haven't seen it. I've seen him like his 3 throws where they're touchdowns.
Yeah.
And
They're not
I don't
necessarily
know.
like good throws. They're just kind of basic. The guy got wide open because it was a nice play design
gonna
because no
be-
one thought he was going to pass
It's
it.
gonna be a bunch of just rushing. He's gonna do a lot of like wildcat scramble shit.
I
A
was
lot
going
of-
to Tebow that. We got to get
Yeah.
Tebow's going to make an entrance into the league after
I
Taysom
think.
succeeds.
I think Tebow was reincarnated as Taysom Hill.
Whoa.
Jameis is still healthy, right?
Yes, James is still
They're
healthy.
just like, fuck you.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him come out and start the second half.
You think
Really?
You have that little faith in Taysom.
I mean, it's
Dude,
potentially...
Tim Tebow's only 33. He's got, get him into, like, some training camps now. Like, literally, he'll be in the league at 34. He'll be good till he's 40, and you'll get 2 Super Bowls out of it.
No.
Yes. I want the Falcons to do it.
Someone needs to sign Taysom Hill and bring in Tebow.
The
as his
future of
backup.
Tebow relies on the performance of Taysom Hill this week.
Yes, that is a fact. I will agree with that. I think if Taysom balls out, the Saints get rid of Winston,
Get rid of Breeze.
get rid of Breeze,
Get rid of
Breeze
Kamara.
retires. You bring in Tebow to back up
Oh.
Taysom.
Oh my god, a
You
dual
run
quarterback.
You run a Tebow Taysom dual quarterback system,
Wow.
and you just fuck the league
Yeah. Into oblivion.
into oblivion.
It's like a mega chunk.
That is the best the best outcome this game could have, and I want to see it so bad.
I'm just saying we've had 6 senses when it comes to Taysom Hill, and we're picking up on something right now.
Yes. We were right about him starting eventually.
Yeah.
We were right about one thing, but we were also right that he's a fantasy relevant player.
And here
So,
we are.
Here we are. We
Start him.
predicted that.
He is an absolute 100% positive start across any platform this week, without a question. And we felt it, and here it is. It's great to say it. I love it. Send Jones, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley.
Ridley's back.
Ridley's back. Big
Yeah.
weeks. I love Hurst this week too.
I also like Hurst this week. I don't know. I like the New Orleans defense though.
I
It's a
do.
pretty solid
I like their
defense.
defense, and I like Matt Ryan throwing a few interceptions too. Like, I don't like it, but like I see it happening. But like, you gotta understand, as much as anyone hates the Falcons, like they've scored like I think like the second most point total like in the league. Like we're an offensive machine. We're just a defensive disaster. So I do expect it to be a high scoring game, and there's no reason there couldn't be a pick 6 or a fumble 6. So you can play him.
Matt Ryan's
You
gonna
can play him.
throw-
We're a messy team.
Matt Ryan's gonna throw at least one interception. That's a fact.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
always does that. He'll get 24 points.
I'll let you know this. No shot Todd Gurley gets a touchdown, though. I'm calling that right
No.
now.
No,
shot.
he's greedy. He's touchdown hungry.
Good.
He's a
Ed's
greedy son of a
starting him.
bitch, but I'm saying no. I'm saying no on Todd this week.
I'm saying yes on Todd.
All right.
Todd has.
I agree, because
He'll
he's
do nothing else and just get a touchdown.
he's
That's-
gotten 13 touchdowns already this season. He's fucking like leading the league in fucking touchdowns. But I just think no this game. I've got a sense that it's a no Todd touchdown this game.
All right. Yeah, Taysom's gonna be awesome. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
Other than that, Bengals Washington football team.
No Mixon.
No mixing.
Hopefully he comes back next week.
Another Geo week.
Another Geo week. I don't like playing Geo this week. I don't know.
All right.
They
Who?
started getting like 2 other guys some reps.
Yeah.
They played pretty well last week. Keeping Gio on my bench, I think. I hope.
I think I saw him in your flex.
Oh.
How I feel like he didn't.
Nah,
what?
I
I feel like he had
shut
like a
out.
5-point week last week, didn't he?
You think this is
8.
gonna be a Boyd week? Boyd's gonna.
I like Boyd this week.
I do like Boyd this week, but I feel
Do
like,
you like
Higgins will end up
you think-
outperforming. I
You
don't
think
know.
Higgins is gonna
The chemistry.
overtake that wide receiver 1 position from Boyd.
I think he'll score more points than them, but I think Boyd's definitely the more talented wide receiver right now.
Washington
100%.
secondary is really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I love any Bengals wide receiver this week.
I
love
don't
both of
love
them.
Burrow this week. Honestly, I don't know. I don't feel great about a Burrow play. I feel
Yeah.
like he's capped out at 20, but who knows?
I like Burrow. I think they throw the ball enough where he will be fantasy relevant.
I'm feeling like a 23-17 game. I don't know. That's the vibes.
For a rookie, he's very, very solid
Oh yeah,
fantasy wise. He's very consistent.
not as great as Herbert, some may say.
I may play Wentz in his place right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Looking at it, yeah.
I'm loving it.
Interesting.
I'm loving the vibes. A lot's gonna end up writing on that Browns Eagles game in this apartment. McKissick and Gibson. I say there goes for 10 points. I feel like
At
McKissick's
least.
gonna cross the 10-point mark.
McKissick's gonna get
He gets
14.
he gets 8 receptions for
Gibson's
30
gonna
yards.
get
Yep.
Alex Smith gonna have a day.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm starting him just because he's Alex Smith, but like everything points to like he's gonna throw 400 yards. So.
He's got a good matchup. Got Scary Terry on the other side.
Terry is a play. Hundo P.
Yep.
Terry DeBoy.
Jets Chargers.
What do you think? Real quick.
Oh.
Logan Thomas. I feel like he's gonna throw up plus 10. I think he
Plus
sacks a
10?
touchdown.
3.
Or gets the yards there, honestly. All right. Just had to throw it out there.
No opinion on him.
No opinion on Logan Thomas.
Yes, he's.
You'd be sleeping.
I'd be
14
sleeping.
and 10 the last 2
14
weeks.
and 10.
Can't whistle.
I did it for you.
Jets versus Chargers. Herbs is gonna torch.
Jets first win.
Herbie. Herbert.
Jets first win.
Jets first win. Honestly, yes.
Wow.
By a score.
Yes, by 2 points, by a safety.
It'll be a tough one, but it's definitely in the cards for the Chargers to blow it, as they do. But I like Herbs in this game regardless. I feel like he's going to be putting up some nice stuff. Allen will dad is
Allen
what I
will
have
dad.
written down.
Allen's gonna dad.
He'll
Allen
dad.
will consistently get.
The
a
Chargers
floor
don't need
of
to
16
win
points.
for Allen to dad and
Yeah.
Herbert to play well.
He's got a
facts.
floor of 16 points. That's great. Are you trusting any Jet?
Crowder's a go. He never gets below 10. So, fuck it. Throw him in. It doesn't make sense, but he doesn't get below 10. That's just what he does. So,
What about P. Ryan?
He's on the waivers this week.
Mike left his boy LaMichael.
Yeah, short-lived.
Chargers, one more week of shit backfield.
Yeah, then Eckler's back.
Balaj, I guess, if
Balaj
you
has been the
must.
boy.
Adam's
Yeah.
hype on it, so let's do it. Balaj.
Balaj.
He's just not that talented, so I don't know. I can't get that hype about him. But, like, he gets the volume, so, like, what are you going to do?
I mean, he's better than Kelly or Jackson.
I wish he wasn't. I like those guys more, but here we are, watching him
Or
play.
Balaj. Speaking of Balaj's old team, the Dolphins and the Broncos.
Send the
It's a pretty
Dolphins
gross
the...
game.
Send the Dolphins the...
Dude, the Dolphins are good now.
Dolphins
Yeah,
are...
but, like,
lit.
Tua.
Tua's the boy.
Tua. Tua's the boy.
I wouldn't start him in fantasy yet. I don't know.
Brian
He doesn't
is-
like. He throws for like 130 yards, but they win.
Yeah, it's. He's,
And you're like,
he's
look,
very
he's
interesting.
doing good stuff. I just don't know if he's fantasy there yet. Brian will be starting him, so
Yeah.
I guess
Brian's
we'll
rolling
find out.
with Tua train. You like what are your thoughts on Jerry Jeudy this week?
All the Broncos options feel kind of trash this week to me, but like again, like you know, if you're going one guy Judy, and like I guess I'm looking at 8.6 this week for him.
I don't know if he's gonna. He had a pretty quiet week last week. I feel like he's gonna have around the same of like 10 points. He got a couple of garbage time, like little dink passes.
Dinks and doinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm benching Fant this week
that's
for
a solid
Taysom.
play. What are your thoughts on Gesicki?
I don't like Parker and Gesicki are both kind of like I'm not really about
I'm very
them.
low about them.
Very low,
They've
even
both
against
been-
the Broncos.
yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah.
I just like I don't know. This would probably be the week to start them both because the Broncos defense is not
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it's like, but like even then, it's like even if Tua has a really good game, like he's probably going to throw for like 250 yards. But like I guess like you know it's like it's all about the touchdowns at the
Their
end of the day.
defense or special teams will get a touchdown.
Yeah,
They've just been doing
that'll
it
happen.
consistently.
Drew Lock's not good
Crazy.
enough to not let that happen.
Drew Lock will throw at least 2 interceptions.
Are you sending Salvon Meb?
I forgot about it.
Yeah, nice little Dolphin starting running back. Put up 85 yards and a touchdown last week.
I will not be.
I mean, I'm not in.
I think I will be.
He might be a pop.
Him and Mike Davis. Fucking Swift. Maybe I start Damian Harris. What do you guys think? Damian or
Damian.
nah?
I like the Ahmed play.
No,
I like
you
the
got-
Ahmed play.
Ahmed.
It's sneaky.
start them both. Both.
Start them both. No Mike Davis.
Mike Davis in the flex. Who do you have in the
Scary
flex right
Terry.
now? Who do you have as your wide receiver?
Juju.
And
Christian Kirk has already played.
you should have dropped Kirk.
Yeah, that was.
The Seahawks D was terrible. They were 32nd in fantasy points allowed to wide receivers. You fucking hindsight bitches. I'm sending Salvin. All right. That's all I got on that game.
Yeah, there's Parker needs to prove that he is a pop-up. He
Yeah.
is not proven.
I feel like I'm not
He's a
starting
little
him
boy.
until he's had some sort
Yes.
of dad-like qualities.
He needs to be sat on his ass.
Yeah.
He
Fuck
needs
that
he needs a
kid.
timeout, or he's been in timeout and he needs to get out of timeout. So he needs a timeout on the bench.
If you're still desperate for tight ends, also, I feel like you can play
You
Gesicki.
missed out on the Taysom.
Yeah, and you missed up on the Taysom sweepstakes on ESPN.
Yeah,
Only.
only ESPN. I
Um,
looked at NFL too.
Cowboys versus Vikings. Fuck it. I might start him just at QB for shits and giggles. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Well, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Cowboys, because I got Burrow, and I'm not super hyped about it in one league. I'm like, might as well go here. Cowboys versus Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, gonna be a dad.
Yep. Cook. He's gonna cook it up. I got 30
They
plus
need-
on him this week.
They need to throw the ball to Justin
Absolutely.
Jefferson more.
Yep. Yeah, honestly, Thielen and Jefferson, I feel like they're decent goes, even with Cook eating so
It's
much.
only when they play a defense that can stop the run,
Mm.
and Dallas cannot stop the run. So that's why I think they're just gonna feed Dalvin. That's what they do until you can stop.
Are
them.
you potentially giving it a sort of situation where it's like play one, like only one or the other is going to go off, but like maybe take the risk on it? Or are you like nah for both?
I'm pretty nah for both.
Pretty nah for both.
Because I actually Dallas's defense is just so
So terrible. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I
would
may
still
go
start-
Thielen.
Yeah, I would go Thielen. I would go Jefferson.
Thielen
too.
like wide receiver 2 range, Jefferson
I'm
like
thinking
a
about it.
a
more.
flex range. Just because like we're probably going to get 5 receptions, for
Yeah.
some yards.
Kirk Cousins is gonna throw the ball maybe 7.
I do
to
hate
10
Kirk
times.
Cousins though. I just imagine like a ball flying through there and them catching it, but then when you said Kirk Cousins, like that image didn't make sense anymore. I was like, shit.
It's a ball flying through the air and landing in the safety's hands.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not in
Kirk.
prime time.
I ran with a Vikings fan when I was in Italy, and he told me that Kirk Cousins is a top 5 quarterback in the league, and I laughed.
He's
It was
maybe top
very
20.
It was a very entertaining proclamation, but
What are you gonna do?
alas.
Are you?
I'm starting Viking skill players.
Where you
If
where
I
you at
have
on
them, so-
Garrett Gilbert the goat? Are you? Do you think Amari and CD
I
or
think.
Gallup? Are you trusting any of those guys?
I mean, Dallas had their bye last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, they played the Steelers.
No one
pretty
really
well.
performs. They played him well, but no one in terms of fantasy really performed other than CD grabbed a touchdown. So
I don't know. There's still you can put them in a flex and hope that
with a bye week
Yeah.
of practice, I don't know.
If you have Zeke, you have to start him.
Yeah, you're in that situation. The Vikings defense is they're not crazy
they're not.
scary.
Yeah, they're not. Nothing.
I got 13
to write
points on
home
Zeke
about.
this week.
That's probably fair. Seem more like 15 to 17, but
Ooh.
who knows?
I like playing Cooper. Just with the week of bye, I feel like
I would play Cooper.
they got some nice chemistry going on.
Yeah. You think?
And
you
CD
think Mike
finds a way to get
McCarthy
the
is
touchdown.
playing for his job, or coaching for his job this week?
I think yes. No. No, I think with Dak getting injured, he's kind of just safe. Unless he does some really dumb shit.
Jerry's too confident in himself to fire a coach after 1 year because
True.
he hired him, so gotta trust his hire.
Yep. But yeah, I'm starting every Viking and Zeke.
I'm with
But
it.
I might if I.
I might throw CD. I might be
I
going
might throw-
CD.
Not starting Gallup.
Not Gallup.
Not Gallup.
Not Gallup.
Might throw CD, might throw Cooper. Cooper
Mhm.
is solid wide receiver 2.
So Cooper is solid wide receiver.
All right.
Maybe.
Packers versus Colts.
I'm not
PJ,
confident about it.
take the lead real quick. I gotta
Yeah, Colts have a very, very good defense. But their biggest
co-host for the next 20
yeah,
seconds.
their biggest weakness on defense is their biggest weakness is their secondary. Really, their cornerbacks.
Mhm.
So I still think it's going to be a big Devontae Adams week.
You don't think they can like double him and sacrifice like that safety the whole
Well,
game?
then it would be a Valdez Scantling or maybe a Lazard. Is Lazard?
Yeah, I think
Lazard's back. So yeah, I honestly think like both Adams and Lazard are gonna play decently well this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. Other than that, like this is just another scary matchup where it's the strength of one team and the strength of another are matching up, and then their weaknesses are also matching up.
Mm-hmm.
So the Packers have a really shitty secondary, or I mean they do have Jair Alexander, but other than him, they're really not a great defense. The Phillip Rivers-led Colts are not a great offense, but the Aaron Rodgers-led Packers are a great offense, and
But the Colts defense
Colts
is good.
defense is a dad.
And
So-
the Packers suck against tough defenses. So
I still think it's a big Adams week.
yeah, Adams is gonna dad no matter what.
I
That's
think
just how it. That's
it's
just how
gonna
it.
be-
That's just how it is, Mike.
we're gonna see the.
But I'm
emergence-
expecting Rodgers to suck.
We're gonna
I'm
see
thinking
the
10, 12 points.
the emergence of Michael Pittman this week.
Yeah, he's gonna feast.
Yes.
Yep.
I think it was a flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan.
One game wonder.
I just feel like that offense needs someone to do something, and he did something last week. And I'm like, okay, maybe he'll do something again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Naeem
Adam picked
Hines,
him up.
Yeah, full sending Hines.
full sending Hines, not touching Jonathan
I
Taylor.
mean, like, it's the sort of thing I'm like, yeah, if anyone, it's going to be Hines, even though, like, he's not going to get, like, the volume, but, like, he's the only one that, like, does anything, so, I don't know. Like, I think it's a fun gamble. Like, fuck it, dude, he's put up 20 the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, why not?
He's kind of a little bit of a half-dad.
He's getting into half that territory.
Yeah.
He's in that J.D. McKissick. where
Yeah,
he just gets
yeah.
all the catches.
Yeah. He's a sneaky good.
Sneaky little
good.
guy. And, like, you need those guys.
Yeah.
And a good third down back is always a solid play in a PPR league. A solid flex play.
How you feel about Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams?
Jamal Williams is not one of those guys.
Not one of those guys.
He's fully
Especially not against the Colts.
Yeah, not against the Colts. Against this Colts defense, I mean, you start your studs. You start Aaron Jones if you have Aaron Jones because he's going to get the touches. And even against a good defense, like the touches could be on the 1 yard line and you could get touchdowns.
Yep.
But his ceiling is very limited because he's playing such a good defense.
Yeah, definitely play, but I'm not expecting more than 15 out of him. I'd say maybe 16. He seems like a guy that usually gets about 16.
I think the Colts win this game.
Yeah, I like the Colts in this game too. I like it. Mike, disagree. We'll have to write down our predictions prior to the game. I'd be interested to see who's the smartest. Chiefs versus Raiders rematch. Sunday night, prime time.
Do you hear about the whole victory lap bus fiasco?
No, what is this?
So apparently the Raiders, after they beat the Chiefs the first time, did like a victory lap in their bus around the stadium, and they were just driving around with John Gruden just like hyping them all up.
on like the bus thing.
In their team bus while they just drove around the stadium. And like now all the Chiefs players are like, oh, they're treating this game like it's their Super Bowl. Like,
oh yeah,
I think the Chiefs are gonna destroy them.
Yeah, Mahomes is not losing this game.
Yeah, he's not coming off a bye.
In prime time.
Andy Reid coming off a bye in prime time.
Nope, no shot.
Yes.
Chiefs are gonna fuck them up.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Huge Tyreek Hill game.
Yeah,
Huge Kelsey
full
game.
send those guys.
Mahomes.
Dad weeks
Uh-huh.
for Kelsey and Hill. I'm maybe even touching Hardman. I don't know.
I
It
might-
could go
yeah.
deep this week.
It's hard to pick like Pringle, Hardman, Robinson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Sammy Watkins when he's
Sammy
alive.
Watkins.
Yep. I don't know. What do you feel about Bell and Clyde?
They just don't throw the ball. Or,
Huge
no, they
Clyde
don't.
week.
They don't run the ball. The Chiefs,
needs that big Clyde.
the Chiefs
Mm.
don't like to run the ball.
No,
And-
Andy hates it.
And he hates it with all,
His heart.
every bone in his body.
So are you starting him?
Yeah. Start your studs.
Start the
If
studs.
he's gonna get, I mean,
Are you starting Bell too?
I'm not starting.
Not starting Bell.
Bell.
Let's start
is,
Clyde.
Bell is potential like gonna drop Bell.
Really?
If he puts another 2-point game, because the Chiefs don't run
Yeah.
the ball enough to have 2 usable fantasy running backs, and he does not perform well when he does get the touches.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
The Jets are still stuck on him.
yeah, I like Clyde as potentially a flex option, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would still start him. He'd still be in my lineup.
Yeah. I'm gonna lock in Jacobs and Waller for both getting a touchdown in this game. I feel like that's a lock.
Yeah,
I'm
I
about
agree.
that.
I think Jacobs has been being pretty
Both
Pretty
obviously
productive.
potential for 2, but
Like-
I'm locking in one.
productive yards wise. Jacobs has been. Wow, that sentence goes backwards.
Nice. Talking in circles.
But he just hasn't had the touchdowns, and I feel like he's gonna start to get the touchdowns.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
the old rule of whatever's down must go up.
Yeah, definitely don't trade him if you have him.
Yeah, who would do that?
All right. Last game of the week, Monday night, Yum Yums, Rams versus Bucks.
Couple pretty good defenses.
Yeah, good defenses, but I kind of like this to be a little bit more on the high scoring side. I feel like it's going to be one of those games that just kind of takes off from the start. I don't know. I'm like excited for this game. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a really good Monday
I
night
think it's
game.
gonna be a good matchup. Very very entertaining game to see.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a Fournette week and not a
Yep.
Ronnie Jones.
Ronnie Jones.
Fournette's
week.
going to be touching those receptions too, so it's like, you know. And he's got big plays in him.
And against cause all Aaron Jones really does is run like basically
Rojo.
straight like up the middle, and then there's Aaron Donald there. So the strength of that defense.
He won't
is
be getting a
where
98-yard
Ronald
touchdown?
Jones is. I don't think so. I'm gonna say he won't.
Mm-hmm.
What Bucks wide receiver can you start this week?
I think it's a Godwin blow-up game.
It's a Godwin game.
I like Godwin this game.
I think it's a Gronk game.
It's not going to be an Evans game because it was an Evan game last week.
AB?
I think it might be AB's time.
I've
He
got
might not-
Gronk
Brady
locked for a
loves
touchdown.
AB.
Gronk's locked for a touchdown, but I don't think the offense is going to flow through him. It's going to be Brown or Godwin. I'm just feeling Godwin, so I don't know. That's my take.
Do you trust any Ram?
I honestly like Cupp and Woods in this game to get a few touches. They've been on the lighter side this season, but I don't know. I just feel like Monday night, like teams show up, they play hard, so I feel like we're gonna see them in some nice touchdown action as well. But I'm not locking it in. I don't feel as good about it. But I just feel like most of the time too, if you have those guys, you either have better options or like you play them most weeks.
I think he's a decent play at tight end.
Yeah, decent for sure, but
They spread the ball around
Mhm.
so much that there's no like one.
backfield's hell.
Yeah, backfield is hell. Malcolm Brown, Darrell Henderson, and the other guy,
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers.
To recap last week, Malcolm Brown had 6 touches, Cam Akers had 8 touches, and Darrell Henderson had 10 touches. But Darrell Henderson had 4.8 points, Cam Akers had like 7 points, and then Malcolm Brown had like 12 points.
So whoever has the least amount of touches scores the most points.
Yes.
Whoever gets the one touchdown will have 12 points instead of 4.
Yeah.
That's how that backfield works. I'm avoiding it like the plague.
Yeah, I don't love it. But if you go anyone, I don't know. Malcolm Brown and gets the touchdowns.
Henderson.
Because
Henderson.
why not? It's Henderson week.
You're
I'm
just gonna
with
say
it.
it's a Cam.
Sure,
We're-
Cam Akers
we're on.
first big week.
We're gonna be right no matter what.
Yeah,
It's
here we
fine.
go. We said it on the show. All right.
Yeah, that wraps up our Week 11 preview. Probably a little longer than usual.
Yeah, I honestly
But-
don't know. Maybe. All right, to start us off, we're going with Adam versus Jonah, Gabagool Gangbang versus Team Haas. 5-5 matchup. Huge playoff stakes in this one going into the
Big
final
playoff
3
stakes.
weeks. How you feeling, Adam?
I'm feeling kind of confident about this matchup, to be honest with you. First of all, I have the leg up on him because I have a more creative name for my team.
That is facts.
Yeah, and I think I have, like, just an overall better, like, receiving core than he does. Other than Julio Jones, I mean, I can kind of match him on a lot of these.
Yeah, you got
um,
Calvin to almost cancel that out.
Yeah, I almost just for fucks, I almost instead of putting in Deontay Johnson, and I still might do this, I might play my childhood friend Michael Pittman Jr. and I might just throw him in there this week.
Shit could get wild. I
Do
don't
it.
hate that sort of play.
I mean, it's a blind faith sort of thing because he's playing Green Bay and he probably isn't gonna do too well. But I mean,
I think he's
you
gonna
never know.
He's gonna emerge as the boy on the Colts. So
He is.
That
He
a
was the
solid
boy
pickup.
when we were 10 years old. I'm telling you, this kid, like, we would play football, and he was better than every single person that, like, went to, like, obviously he was elementary school, but then middle school and high school and everything, like, he was just better than everyone, and he was, like, taller than everyone, and, like,
So, like, he made it to the NFL.
he made it to the NFL. It was just insane. Like, it never crossed my mind when we were younger. I was like, oh, like, he's good, but I didn't think he was, like, NFL good. And then,
Mhm.
like, it just happened. I was like, oh, there it goes.
Dude, send him in fantasy. I like the vibes. Also, doubling down on Deontay and Chase isn't the worst play either. Just depends how you
Deontay and
feel.
Chase, yeah, I think that they're going to have a really big game. So, like, that's why for now, they're going to be locked in.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Kyler Murray's performance on Thursday?
20 points?
To be honest, I wasn't blown away, but I also wasn't, like, upset. Like, he was playing the Seahawks. It could have gone worse. I think he can throw some interceptions. So, like, I was expecting at least a couple. Didn't really go there. But I thought, it gave me a good 20-point bed to fall back on.
Yeah,
Not too
yeah.
bad.
It's better than any sort of bust or whatnot, but
Yeah, I'm not
I-
complaining. It's just not Kyler Murray. It's
Yeah,
like
I
we
was
expect like
expecting much
27,
more from
28,
him.
but
especially against the Seahawks.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was his lowest total all season. It was
He
still
was
above
injured.
20.
yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah, which is
injured.
like if that's the
Sure.
lowest you're gonna get from Kyler Murray,
Yeah,
I think you're having a good season.
um,
But
do you think Jonnu Smith's going to be snagging you a touchdown this week?
absolutely not. I'm trying to move him. Like I'm trying to get like I'm trying to send this trade to Brian. I was gonna give him Jamal Williams, Jonnu Smith, and Kalen Ballage for Malcolm Brown and Mark Andrews.
I don't know if that really helps Brian in any
Yeah.
sort of way.
But that's the thing. I wasn't even trying to trade rape him. I was just thinking like he doesn't need anyone right now. Like he's mathematically like not going anywhere.
right.
So,
So, you're
it's
like,
not trade
And I-
raping, but it's basically trade raping.
it's like he's
It's
so
not trade
weak.
raping because I'm not trying to
Paid
like
trade rape? Whoa.
I'm not trying to blindside him or anything.
You're saying
but
he's
I am-
asking for
I am
it.
definitely telling him like his team doesn't matter and he should tank right now.
Yeah. You're like, if he's going to walk around with that roster, that's kind of on him.
Yeah, I'm like almost just trying to get him to help me out a little bit.
Yeah, take advantage of him while he's an emotional wreck.
Exactly. Although he doesn't really seem to give a shit. He seems to not care at all.
He didn't say no.
I love it though. He cherishes the fact that he doesn't know anything about it, and he finds it so amusing. And,
Yeah.
like, we find it amusing.
Yeah. He really does. He's like purposely not gonna learn fantasy just to keep up the bit.
Just for the bit, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely, like, there's no promises because Jonah's definitely got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
But I do like yours more in this matchup, I gotta say. Just because Jerry Jeudy with the Dolphins defense I don't love. Adam Thielen, you know, he's a good boy,
Yeah.
but he's not as, like, I don't know. I'm more excited about Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders,
I mean,
Dalvin
it's-
Cook's pretty batty duo, too.
I think on paper you easily have the best team in this matchup. The one thing I'm worried about is he's starting Big Ben. You got 2 Steelers wide receivers starting in your lineup.
Ooh.
So there could be a little cancel out if they all have big games.
There could. I was thinking about that too, but I figured that it also works both ways where if Ben... See, that's why I wanted to play both, because if Ben gets a touchdown to Deontay Johnson and he's on my bench or whatever, then, like, that's not going to help me out.
What if
But
he feeds
If I
Juju?
get both of them,
What if he's feeding
What?
Juju?
Juju
that's
Gronk
possible.
today.
But if you think about it, my chances are 67%. Like, every touchdown they score is going to be on my team,
Yeah, that's true.
pretty much.
Conner.
Other than,
James
like,
Conner.
Washington.
Every receiving touchdown.
Yeah. So, like,
Kind
there's
of.
that, and then the thing that I am also a little, like, have a leg up on him is I think that all of the teams that my players are playing are a lot more ass at defense. Although he has some, like, Dallas matchups. It's just he has Ronald
The
Jones
Chargers
against the
defense on the
Rams.
Jets offense. That's a little place for a 10+ defensive performance.
Yes. But, like, Ronald Jones against the Rams, I don't see him really moving the chains much. I think
Yeah,
that's going to be a passing game.
I agree with you there.
Yeah. It's much more of a Leonard Fournette type of week than a Ronald Jones
Yeah.
week. So
And I got Miles Sanders against the Browns. Like, sorry, PJ, but
no
that'll be a good
Miles
week.
Garrett is huge in that game, and it's
Miles Sanders is going to be a dad.
we have a decent
Yeah,
run
yeah.
defense, but it's mostly him. So we'll see.
Yeah,
The co-
we will see.
the Rona is
Dalvin Cook against Dallas is going to eat, though.
yeah, that's gonna be a lot.
That's another
It's a
30+
multitude.
performance. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
damn-
really.
I really like you in this matchup.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I like me, too.
All right, moving on. Do you want to stick around for another one?
Nah, I got to get going.
Got
but,
you.
Hey, you know what? Thanks for having me on. I was a long-time fan. First time listen.
It's not your
Second,
yeah.
third time coming back on the show.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well,
Glad to have
thanks,
you.
guys.
See you, Adam.
See ya.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Next up, we got Kyle versus Vinny. Another very the 6-4, 5-5 range,
Yeah.
fighting for those.
Huge playoff implications here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers against the Colts defense.
Not the best off
Not
the
good.
bat. And then you've also got Aaron Jones thrown into there. Zeke, who hasn't been too hot against like a halfway decent Vikings defense. I don't know. It's the projections are saying Kyle heavy, and I don't hate it, but at the same time, I look over at Vinny's team and it doesn't impress me
Yeah.
that much.
Hopkins only putting up 10 against
That's tough.
Rockets
That really
21.
hurts him.
That is rough. It's brutal.
That's going to be tough to overcome.
Yeah, it's not looking great for Zan Newton, but
Mahomes in prime time, that's something.
yeah, that's
that could
gonna
be
a
big.
big thing. He's hoping for a shootout with Ruggs on the other side, so
Yeah.
that could get him some points back. But
Hey,
I don't know.
Ruggs needs a week to blow up. It's been a bit, so maybe.
Maybe.
Justin
He's-
Jefferson, Dallas, again, it's same kind of, it's just like Cook's going to be doing so much with the ball that I don't know how much there'll be left for Justin. Joshua Kelly against the Jets. I feel like it's like Kalen Ballage or nothing for the most part as far as Chargers backfield, so I don't love that play, but
That is Vinny's like one option at running back.
yeah, unless
Unless
you
he
wanted
rolls
Philip
Lindsay,
Lindsay,
yeah.
which I don't know. If I think Kelly's the right move there. Needs Eckler back for sure. Gronk looks pretty nice. Darren Waller's going to be nice too, though. I love the J.D. McKissick flex play. Should be exciting.
Yeah, Dolphins D.
Nice again. Harrison Butker, nice again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Kyle's team in this. He's at the Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones kind of dual hit of his lineup will be a bit stunted for the Colts, but
Yeah.
he'll be able to overcome.
Yeah, he's definitely more talented overall. But, I mean, if Vinny has, like, 2 games fall in his favor, like, he could
Yeah,
rack up points. Like,
yeah.
if the Chiefs-Raiders game ends up in a shootout, that,
He needs Darren
Yeah.
Waller to just be feasting,
yeah.
which can obviously happen. Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs Fournette to have a big game,
But yeah,
and Gronk.
you're right about Waller. He cancels that out a little bit, so
Mm-hmm.
point to Lockett. Yeah,
Point
I'm
to
taking
Lockett.
Kyle.
Yeah, I think he's the play
very
here.
easy.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think Henry Ruggs needs to make up a lot of the points. DeAndre Hopkins didn't score on Thursday for Zan Newton to even have a chance. I like Patty Mahomes. I think he could go off, have like a close to 30-point game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's
40
enough
plus.
with the projections looking like it is right now, 132, 101 in favor of. It's a Lockett that I'm winning.
Yeah, on a cold, like, but prior to Thursday night, if I'm looking at this, I'm like, I would be more of a tough decision, but the 10 from Hopkins, really not pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Not too good.
Yeah. All right, moving on to my beautiful matchup against Brian. Brian looking for his second win. He's undefeated against me.
You're undefeated against Josh.
Yeah, well, no, I
Wait, no,
lost.
you're not. You lost that one.
I'm undefeated against Ed, I guess.
So by like order of whatever that math rule is,
Mhm.
Brian is better than Josh.
Yes, yeah,
Transitive
we can
property.
connect
Yeah,
that.
transitive property. Brian is the champion.
What do you think? Looking at it, Peach.
Who? I mean, if it's DJ Moore time, and if it's DJ Shark time,
But
if
hey,
it's Shark
Ed's
week,
starting Curtis, so
Ed is starting Curtis, so that means it's guaranteed to be a Curtis. But I mean, starting the Browns D without
yeah, me and Brian.
Myles Garrett is questionable for Brian, at best.
Which one?
The Browns defense.
Oh yeah.
I think he just kind of looked at the rank and then just kind of plugged it in there. But yeah, I would not touch the Browns defense right now.
It's one of those plays though. It's
Yeah.
like we're gonna be watching Sunday and the Browns are gonna have 2 special teams touchdowns.
Yeah,
They better
probably.
not.
I'm gonna be upset.
The Taysom Hill tight end and then the Scary Terry flex play has you comfortable in this matchup here.
I'm very excited
But
about.
I'm trying to
this
talk
one.
myself into Brian for a little bit.
Yeah, no, let's hear it.
Tua could go off. The Broncos defense isn't that hot.
Yeah,
Tyler
Um,
Boyd's capable of 20, 25 points.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Mark Andrews could have a big game.
Waiting to pop off.
Mhm.
DJ, it could be Shark Week. And
Yep.
It could be a more game.
Yeah, so there's a lot of potential here. You know,
And then,
it's a lot of coin flips, but
Yes.
hey, if they all land heads for Bry,
Taysom might struggle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you get pulled.
Couple
I kind of like that
interceptions.
play.
yeah, he could.
And
He
a
could
half.
throw a couple
Yeah.
interceptions and with negative 1.2, and that's that. I like my Herbs against the Jets, though. I'm very excited about that matchup.
Yeah.
I think he'll be feasting. Salvin Ahmed over Damian Harris.
Free play.
I don't know about that, but I would have gone with Damian, but
Who
you do
knows?
you, man.
I'm worried about those Cam rushing touchdowns. They give me aneurysms.
I'm hoping for those Cam rushing touchdowns. Next game. Anything else that pops up that you?
No, not for this one. I like being favored in the matchup, but I think I'm still worried given how my season's gone.
That's fair.
Nah, take your little taco bye and move on.
Oh yeah, and we'll also mention the trade real quick between me and Mike.
Oh, big trade, big trade.
It's not looking so great now with Joe Mixon being rolled out for 3 weeks. But it was
I got it if you...
yeah. Read it off.
Okay, so I traded Mike Davis, Terry McLaurin, Michael Thomas, and Joe Mixon, and received A.J. Brown, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Will Fuller, and Josh Jacobs.
Mike won.
What do you? PJ's got the Mike one. Now let's pretend we didn't know Mixon was going to be out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, when this trade first went down, there was a lot of
McCaffrey,
anger and
There's
confusion.
question about McCaffrey's injury. So
He's definitely out this week. So
He's definitely out this week. You're gonna get
Mikey
one
D.
more week of Mikey D. You're a little bit late on the party, but
very late on the Mikey D party.
He's got a lot of season left, you know.
He's playing Detroit defense this week, so I'm feeling big numbers. And then if Michael Thomas ascends to God tier, I'll be feeling good about it. What about your end, Mike?
From my side, I was really lacking strong starting running backs, so bringing in Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Josh Jacobs, slotting them in as my running back 1 and 2 helps me a lot. I was pretty good on wide receiver, but I'm going to start in Will Fuller as my wide receiver 2. And this week,
so everyone's making immediate impact.
This week I'm even giving A.J.
Mike
Brown
won
a
this
run in the
trade.
flex.
Wow.
Chris
Comparing-
Carson's still injured.
He took my whole core of my lineup and
Comparing
plugged it in.
His lineup to your lineup currently, Mike won the trade.
Hey, I was under. If Joe Mixon was in there and healthy, this would just be a different story. You'd be like, wow, I love it. McCaffrey's going to be out 2 weeks, too. I can feel it this week and next week. So I'm confident in 2 weeks from Davis. And then hopefully Swift will be back next week as well. And then I'll really like what I got going on.
Davis isn't the same Davis as he was in the start of the year. They're giving too many touches to Curtis Samuel and all that stuff.
I take a look at it, though, and I'm like, all right, defensively, he was playing some pretty shitty defenses at the start of the season and putting up those numbers. And then his poor streak of 11 and then 4 8-point performances was Chicago, New Orleans, Atlanta, who we talked about, has a good rush defense, Kansas City, and Tampa Bay. So I'm like, all right, Detroit's like a huge lightened load. So maybe he can find some energy.
Yeah.
Put up a nice game. Who knows? But yeah. All right, that was that trade. All right, next up we got a team has no name versus the implication.
Mike, your team looks very good now.
Thank you.
It looks incredible, honestly. Like you easily
Incredible.
improved yourself much more than Jake did. But that's fair. That's why there's a little bit of I suspected some foul play going on. You guys are trading all of Jake's good players to Mike's team, so he could sneak into the playoffs, and then they would split the winnings.
They're stuck on this narrative,
Yeah,
Mike.
all
I don't know,
they
man.
say there was no foul play involved.
I'm still pleased with the trade.
Adam-
Went down.
Adam-
It's like we're pretending that Josh Jacobs is putting up 29 every week when he's only done it
He's
2 weeks the whole season, and the rest has been 11 and 12.
He's about to.
He hasn't
They've
been
running it
winning weeks.
They've been running it so
Big
much.
playoff push.
We're acting like
Yeah.
Clyde's the starting running back in fucking Kansas City, and he's splitting touches every game. You know what I mean? It's the name recognition out there. Will Fuller, he's a good guy, but he was also riding my bench every week because I had plenty of good receivers.
Mike also just has to ride Clyde for one more week, and then he can probably put Chris Carson back in.
Right back in there.
Mm-hmm.
You
So,
play around with the flex a lot. Have a lot of different options.
Yep. Might be a little too late, but you
Yeah.
never know.
I think my team is better, but it maybe didn't get as better as Mike's team got from the trade.
Okay,
But I
so
like
a
where my
very
team's at.
overall fair trade.
Yeah.
Helped both parties.
I
don't
put up
know.
the weak looking lineup because if Swift was in this week, coming off a 25-point week, playing
His
against
only 25-point week of the season.
no, his second 25-point week. He had a 28-point week earlier as well. And last week was the first week he was named as the starter, and he put up 25. These are things that I like and things that I enjoy. And they're playing the Panthers D, who has a fucking shitty-ass run defense. So I was feeling great. I'm like Mike Davis and DeAndre Swift. Like, that's running back 2 right there. Easy. But then that kind of fucks me. So it makes my lineup look like it got worse than it got. I don't know. That's my thought. But I like Ed in this game, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara is a filthy dad. Cooper Kupp, I mentioned this earlier. I think the primetime game against Tampa Bay, I feel like the Rams offense is going to find a way to get moving on the defense. Ed's got Curtis Samuel in, and that's always a 20-plus point week. Don't love Austin Hooper. You got a
It's
huge...
really his only option, though.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson.
Eagles D could be hamstrung with a big Austin Hooper.
And then Koo.
The young ho's pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, Jesus, you're all Chiefs now, too. I didn't realize that.
Very heavy Chiefs.
Very heavy Chiefs. The Chiefs game specifically, that's half your team right there,
Yeah.
basically.
I think Mike, you're gonna win.
You're
Just
taking Mike.
because of the Chiefs game.
Yeah,
Travis
I like my
Kelce, Tyreek
chances.
Hill.
I'll be down like 40, 50, 60 points.
The last thing
Up
you'll
until
want is a
Sunday night.
Mecole Hardman touchdown.
Yeah.
You're like, I've got everything locked up but that.
Ed just somehow finds a way to land like the best running back each year and just like rides them to the playoffs. He did it with McCaffrey last year.
Kamara this
Kamara
year.
this year. It's so annoying.
And then I think I said Todd Gurley wasn't getting a touchdown. You guys seem to think that Todd Gurley was going to be getting a touchdown in this game. So operating under that makes it a more competitive game. But operating under he's not going to perform well. I think Mike's got the edge on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lamar might decide to go off finally, but these are all things that are up in the air. This is a
Yeah.
tight matchup. It's,
Mhm.
I think
Mike's
it's a
fighting
nail
for his
biter.
life for playoff.
That is true
position.
too.
Yeah, I think I'm already out of it if I am really honest with myself. But it's fun to have some hope towards the end of the season.
Yeah. Also, me and Mike play each other next week, so we'll get to see who
We'll see
really
who
won the
won the
trade. But yeah, so at the end, I do actually, I give it to Mike. I think the Chiefs offense can be producing the fuck out of shit on against the Raiders in prime time.
You flipped your take there.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. The Kamara is just so goddamn sexy
Yeah.
against the Atlanta D. I'm like, I'm just visualizing minimum 35 points. And then to the matchup of the week.
Yes. Speaking of
Championship
seeing-
preview.
Speaking of seeing who won the trade,
Yes.
we got.
We finally get to
we
answer the
finally
question.
get, a definitive answer, and people will stop sleeping on my team when talking about super teams. So yeah, everyone's been riding Josh's dick for having a good team.
Wait, question. Oh, the
Yeah.
only guy from that trade Josh is playing right now is James Robinson.
I wonder why. Well, McCaffrey's injured. That's why.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm pretty confident, especially after what happened.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake outperforming DK Metcalf.
Kenyon Drake outperforming DK is huge, and Russ only going for 20 points is also huge.
I feel like Cam can get that against
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, I do as well. Houston, not a great. It's unfortunate I don't have Josh Allen for this big matchup, but Cam and Houston's run defense I like a lot. Kenyon already got me 16. The
Mhm.
Browns love running the ball. Nick Chubb, even though he does have Kareem Hunt, which could be an interesting matchup to see who's used more.
Yeah.
Keenan guaranteed dad against the Jets.
Yeah. At least 2
Um,
touchdowns.
I still think Devontae's going to produce against the Colts. Their
Yep, I agree.
cornerbacks aren't too great.
I'm at least 21 points.
Yeah. Hayden Hurst against the Saints defense. Solid play, as you've
Yeah,
said before.
I'm excited about that play. I like it because, especially PPR,
Yeah.
he's going to get at least 4 touches.
Yeah.
So,
Matt Ryan loves his tight ends.
Exactly.
And even against a solid defense, he's still going to feed him.
A James Conner bust could hurt.
Could
Because
hurt,
it still is a
but
tight matchup.
This is a
but
paternity test, and if you're going to have a decent week, you're going to do it against Jacksonville.
exactly.
But that bust that he had against the Cowboys,
It's not
yeah.
sitting right
not
now.
sitting very great for me right now.
Love the
James
Steelers
Conner.
D.
Love the Steelers D in this one. Daniel Carlson hoping for a big shootout.
Nice dad.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson, not hype about the flex play. Feel like he's been riding
Yeah.
Jamison Crowder. It's like you might as well just keep him in there.
Honestly, he hasn't shown you any reason not to.
Yeah, he just performs every week he's in.
I like Jason Sanders as the kicker though.
Yep, a big Jason Sanders.
Difference maker.
Yeah, if Josh had picked up Taysom Hill, he would have been much closer. But
Nope. Eric Ebron can snag a TD.
I'm feeling decently comfortable. But then again, I was feeling pretty comfortable against Mike, and he made it much less comfortable than I thought.
Good stuff, Mike.
So it'll be interesting to see. I still like myself in this matchup, securing the 1 seed.
Yeah, I think I like you too. I think, we have you number 1 in the power rankings for a reason. It's because Josh is your beta and you're the alpha.
Apparently.
All right. That covers all the games. Any final words before we dive into this slated games?
Get
No.
fucked.
Yeah,
Get fucked.
I'm gonna poop on Josh.
All right. Like and subscribe. Fantasy Dads Podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.